What is up? Welcome to another episode of In the Booth with Bigg B. Now, we're not actually in the booth, but we're in a booth, so you just go with the flow. Today, I am excited, I am honored and privileged to have these two lovely young ladies from Northside Food Co-op. What's up, man? How y'all doing? Hey! So how you doing? I got Miss Cierra Washington, who is the Strategic Partnership Coordinator.
Yep.
And I have Marsel McFadden, who is the Community Membership Advocate. Yes. And so Northside Food Co-op. So we're going to talk about what Northside Food Co-op is. This is near and dear to my heart because I grew up on the North Side, off McCrae. We called it Early Town then, and Flintstones, that's where I was at, 709 Gray Street, Nixon Street, all of that. So I want to ask you, Cierra, what does the food co-op, what does that mean?
Food co-op, it means that this is a community-owned grocery store.
Okay.
So co-op stands for cooperative.
Okay.
And so when you think about cooperate, it means people working together to bring something into action, right?
Right.
And so that's what this grocery store is. It's the community coming together to bring together this grocery store that's theirs.
So we own a piece of it.
Yes,
we
sir.
can own a piece of the North Side. I bought a piece. Marcel, you got your piece? What you got, Marcel? What is that, Marcel?
This is my ownership certificate. You get this in the mail, okay? I own a piece of the North.
That's what it is. So we can buy a share of the Northside Food Co-op, and you are an owner, which means you can go in and say, hey, we want these type of grits on the shelf.
Absolutely.
Is that what it is?
Yes, sir.
Let's go back just a little bit.
Okay.
Because this rise for a grocery store on the North Side, a Northside Co-op, came from us being a food desert. Y'all explain to me food desert.
Do you want to talk about it?
You go ahead.
Okay. So a food desert is basically an area of town that doesn't have a grocery store within a mile walking distance if it's an urban area.
Okay.
If it's a rural area, it's about 5 miles. And the miles matter because you have to think about people getting to the grocery store. So do they have their own car? If not, are they walking? Are they using public transit? Like me not being able to get to a grocery store, a full grocery store, means I'm more likely to eat fast food. I'm more likely to go do my shopping at the corner store. I'm more likely to steal what I can get. And all of those other methods are perpetuating us, eating lower quality foods. We don't have access to the fresh fruits and vegetables that maybe they have up at Whole Foods or Harris Teeter or all that other stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I cannot remember, and somebody maybe can correct me when they see this. And me growing up, I can't remember a grocery store.
Me either.
I can't remember a grocery store. Like we used to have to go to Hills, which was close. Would that be Market Street? That was probably the closest place.
Yeah.
So with being a food desert, there was a need inside the community to say, hey, we need a grocery store on this side of town. It was like distinct, like we need a grocery store over here.
Right.
With that being said, like, what is the process of us now trying to, what did you have to go through? Because I know you're from the ground up. Like I know it started off as a board, and then how did that start?
So it started back in 2003. And even before that, there was a group in the 90s that was really trying to get another grocery store, and that just never happened. So people were already a little frustrated about that. In 2003, the city and the community came together and they created this North Side community plan.
Okay.
All these things that they were going to do to make the North Side a better place, right?
Okay.
And so a part of that plan, they said, okay, it's 2003 now. By 2005, we're going to have a grocery store. Nothing happened. So then a bunch of nonprofits and community leaders came together and they created the Northside Health and Wellbeing Committee.
Okay.
And so this committee was really trying to figure out, this is our community. We are serving people, our neighbors, every day, and they're struggling with the same things. The same things that you saw in the 2003 report were the same things that they were finding in 2018.
Gotcha.
So they came together and they made their own report again, and it was this 2018 Northside Health and Wellbeing report. And in that report, one of the #1 things that people asked for, again, was a grocery store. So out of that, we have some of these different community leaders coming together, and they started meeting at Fox's Boxes, which used to be a restaurant on 4th Street.
Yeah, Fox.
Yes.
That's my spot. Okay.
So they would meet once a month, and they were like, how can we get a grocery store in the North Side?
Okay.
And they were thinking about chain grocers, but based on population density, based on economics, it just wasn't making
volume,
sense.
the density of
right.
okay.
And really, that's just supermarket redlining.
Okay.
But they couldn't get a chain grocer to take it on. And so some of them were like, okay, so how do we, what do we do? And so they came up with, you know, taking on this co-op model, which other cities have done before. And there's
Yes.
different models of it, like a worker co-op, a consumer co-op. But the idea was that, you know, we don't have the money to do this right now, but we know that if we come together as a community, it'll be ours and no one can take it away.
I love that.
And so
I
that's
love
why
that.
they chose the co-op model in 2018.
Okay. Now, Marcel, you talked to some, I like to call them gatekeepers, some amazing young women, wise women who were around in the 90s that were like, we gave some money for the grocery store, we ain't get no money back.
And they was not having it.
So what was your experience with them? How are they taking it? Are they like, you know, when we see it, we'll believe it?
Yeah.
Are they there?
You know, it's always difficult trying to win someone's trust after they've been promised so many times of something, you know, so it's all about gaining the trust of the community. They most definitely wasn't hearing it.
Okay.
But now that, you know, the city has agreed to give us this grocery store, you know,
Wait a
we
minute,
have...
hold up. You done went and jumped all over my stuff now. Say what?
I'm
Say it
sorry.
again.
The city has agreed to build us a grocery store.
All right, let's get a little clap for that. Let's get a clap.
Okay, so
right.
now that I have something to take back, I'm just hoping that the community, you know, it's not going to be such a struggle to gain the community trust. They'll see that the footwork that Cierra and, you know, the Northside Food Co-op was doing before I even came along, it all fall into play to have some type of action going on. So we actually have a grocery store, and you can still buy shares.
Okay.
You can still become an owner. You want to become an owner. You see me, you see Cierra in the community. You can become an owner. We have $10 ownerships for the Northside residents. So if
Okay.
you're a resident of the Northside community,
So $10 I can become, if I live on the north
right,
in the resident spot, that's only $10.
only $10.
Okay.
And then we have a pay it forward. So not only can you become a member, but if you want to sponsor,
Okay.
if you want to contribute and make it, you know, contribute to this community and to this cause and to this mission, you can buy, you could do $100 pay it forward, and that'll pave the way for someone who don't have, you know, $100 or the $90 to purchase that $10 ownership and become a shopper and, you know, start equity inside of our community.
Okay. That's major. That's major. How did you feel when you purchased yours?
I felt empowered.
That's
I
what's
felt
up.
like I owned something.
Okay.
You know, I have
That's how I
something for
feel,
my
too.
kids. Like,
I wanted to put my certificate up on the wall, but I was like, let me chill.
man, my kids' faces when I got this in the mail and I opened it up, my kids' faces, they was like, "Wait, Ma, so you own a grocery store?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah. So Marcel dropped. I'm gonna say she dropped the beans. She spilled the beans because this is getting ready to come to fruition.
Yeah.
Right. Let's go back in just a little bit. So 2018 and right now,
Right.
we have been meeting, and probably in your eyes, and meeting and meeting and meeting. But in that time, we have a farmers market.
Right.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so in August of 2021, August of 2021, we opened our farmers market. And this was really a way because it takes a long time to build a grocery store.
Right.
And we knew that, and we knew that we had people who were like, I'll believe it when I see something. And so we wanted to provide food right away to our community. We couldn't wait years to do that. So a group of community members came together, and we just, for like 8 months, we planned out this farmers market. And our focus was to empower farmers of color and then other minority-owned businesses.
Okay.
And so we went out building relationships, going to these different farms, meeting people, and it's been an amazing process. So right now it's hosted every Saturday at 1019 Princess Street, which is on the corner of Princess and 11th Street.
Right.
And
in the soda pop district. We call that?
Call it that.
All right, I ain't gonna say it. I'm be good.
But yeah, it's a good time, and I think we're trying to just create opportunities for people to come. Like, even if you're not familiar with buying produce, just come for the community. Come because you get to support local Black-owned businesses.
Yeah.
We got bath and body products. We have
I saw the man
artwork,
cake. My man had cake. You know, the cake man.
We have hot foods.
We have hot foods.
Right,
yeah, tell them about the hot foods.
We have someone that come out there every other Saturday that give you grits off a grill.
Oh,
eggs
man.
off a grill. Have y'all guys ever had eggs off a grill?
I don't think I've ever
Something
had
special.
that, no.
You know, something special now. And that fish is to die for. Do you hear me?
Okay.
So we have, you know, I do want to say, like, we also accept vendors. Like, we want to support and help someone who need an audience, who's trying to get out there, also find their own audience. So we invite those who are creators, those who are inventors, and believe in your passion and in yourself to come out and be a vendor. Come commute with us. Like, we are strongly on community begets community.
Oh, I love it. I love that part. When we talk about, there's a lot of planning. Has that begun? It's a lot of planning because you got space,
Yeah.
how you park there, what's going to be on the shelf,
Right.
who's going to work, who's going to manage.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Is that happening right now? That planning, those planning stages?
It's happening right now. So, so like Marsel said earlier, we're working with the city and the county.
Okay.
So we're looking at city land, but the
Okay.
county's kind of leading this project.
Okay.
And so we have started to have weekly meetings with the county. Actually today, every Wednesday, we have a meeting with them to go over those details. So the county is really handling the construction part of everything.
Oh, okay.
And so as the co-op, we were like, you know, these are the things you may want to think about. So they have like an RFQ process or a request for quotation or something like that. And it's where they get a consultant. Because at the end of the day, you know, we didn't grow up doing grocery business. I didn't grow up doing grocery business, and neither did the county. So we know that we needed this to come. So they're going to get a consultant. And then from our end, we're working to look at, well, who's going to put the food in our store? What suppliers? How do we make sure it's affordable? And then we're looking at consultants for like all of our market study, all of the stuff to make sure that the business will last. It'll be sustainable and it won't close after a couple of years.
Got you.
Yeah.
What are some things that y'all have heard from residents and just people in the city about, this is what I want in a grocery store? Because I've always said, yes, we want the grocery store, but I've also added, you know, when we get down that road, is there a possibility to have a pharmacy in there? Because I think that's very important for our elders on that side as well. So they don't have to go way to College Road and to Walgreens. No, not dissing Walgreens, I'm just saying it's just closer to get there, you know? So what have y'all seen what people want? Do they want a hot bar? Do you want a soup bar? I mean, what have people asked for?
That's what we look for in the community. That's why we ask people to come out so that we could find out and we could ask them and they could tell us what they want in the grocery store. We want everybody to know that this is transparent and it's controlled for them. They own it. So therefore, especially if you are a member, you have a say in all of this stuff. Like, it's not like you become an owner and then we do all the decision making. We want the same people who paid that $10 who became a member. We want you guys to voice your opinion. Tell us what you want in there. Tell us what you need. Tell us what the community want and needs. We here to cater to the Northside community and sustain food. in that community.
And there's a couple ways to do that. So, easily coming out to any event and talking to us. But right now, in February and moving into March, we started a series of listening sessions. And so they're basically focus groups, but we provide dinner or whatever time of day it is, whether it be lunch or something like that. Right. And we have a written survey that people fill out, but then there's this whole group discussion portion where we're not presenting anything. We're literally sitting back and listening. And really, most of the time, the staff isn't even in the room. It's our interns taking notes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because we want people to be that honest about how they feel. Okay. Whether they have concerns about the project, whether they want certain things, and even as a member, like, what does that really mean? Do you know what that means? And then, what are the benefits that you specifically would like to get out of this? Okay. Not just everything that we make up.
Right.
I always wanted to ask this. Can you increase your shares? Like, I bought 100, can I buy 2 more, 3 more? Is that possible? Or you just buy that one?
So it's one share per person.
Okay.
And that's just because we wanted this to be equal ownership, equal opportunity, and an opportunity for people to have a vote. So the idea that our project manager, Evan, always says is 1 share, 1 vote, 1 person. Everyone has equal say in all of this. Okay. And so that is why it's important, like if we have community meetings or once we really get solidified as a co-op, there will be annual meetings where there's voting. And you'll get a mail-in ballot or you'll be able to be there physically. And that is really your voice, just like in normal democratic elections in our government, like that is where you get to have a say in things. And in between those times, being able to email us, call us, like all of our information is out there for people to tell us anything at any time.
Okay. I like it. As we go into, I don't want to say the grocery store business, I think this is a healing business.
Yes.
Because I think, when you're able to, if you're hungry, you're not really thinking clearly. You're like, let's just get something to eat.
Right.
But when you are fed and it's nutritional, I think this is going to be a healing business because it heals the whole community. And I'm only saying this because I'm looking at the bigger picture.
Yeah.
So we're going to feed the neighborhood, right? Mm-hmm. It's going to be affordable, as affordable as we can make it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
We're going to employ people, right?
Yes.
We're going to be able to employ people there. And then that dollar, to some degree, will stay in that community.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And I'm just seeing the bigger picture. Absolutely. So now, if Lil Boom Boom and his T-ball team want a sponsorship, then the Northside Co-op grocery store will sponsor them because they got the money coming in. So it's like a whole inclusive community thing.
Yeah.
It won't save or it's going to deter a lot. It's not going to be anything is not 100%.
Yeah.
But this will deter a lot. It will slow down a lot of things, and it will also help a lot in a great way. So I think what I see is the epicenter, and I see from there a grocery store and a pharmacy, and wait a minute, let's go ahead and put some retail shops right here, and that's what I start. That's what I see. It might not be in the same space, but it'll be in the same area.
Right, and that's like one of our unofficial taglines is more than a grocery store. Because at the end of the day, like, grocery is just the way, like what you're saying, for us to heal our community. And so when Marsel says community begets community, she means that, like, we have to come together as a collective in order to heal our past traumas. And the Northside has so many traumas. 1898 started right in the Northside. So, like, we have all of that. And so, with a lot of the community engagement that Marsel is doing, it's important for us to not look at, okay, well, we just need people to have a grocery store. That's not it. Having the physical grocery store, that's one part of it.
Right.
But, like, do you feel confident and comfortable enough cooking with produce? Ooh. That's a whole other thing.
Yeah, we get into cooking classes.
Cooking classes.
A lot of things.
I see, I hate saying it. Right.
Urban farming.
In the community, farms in the community, like out your back door, up the street, around the corner, you can go there and get fresh carrots, fresh collard greens.
Oh, man.
Ain't nothing like them collard greens from out the ground.
Don't get me started. I'm already hungry. But that I see, when you look at it, when you purchase this, when you become a shareholder, you become a part owner of the Northside Co-op, what I see is this, you have to look into the bigger picture. This one piece of paper,
Right.
and if there's 10,000 more of these, you know what I'm saying? It looks like we care. We care what goes on in our community, and we want some input as well to say, hey, I think maybe we should do this. Is it going to be delivery? Is it going to be this? Are we going to, how, even to the traffic pattern and how you drive up.
Right.
That's even a situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
because as you see, it's like 3 ways to get in that community now.
Right,
You can come off the Martin Luther King. You can
Right.
come by Love Grove.
Right.
You can come Market Street. You can come like
in
it's
anyway.
like 4
Yeah.
different ways to get on the
right.
in the
And you gotta
Northside
look-
community
you
now.
gotta look at that as well. And I think that's the bigger picture. Mm-hmm. And I think sometimes people are laser focused on just, this is just a grocery store. No, it's actually going to be a little larger.
And I think you have to, people also need to realize that you can be as involved in this project as you want. Like Marsel got this job because she showed up and was like, tell me everything, I want to know everything.
Oh.
She went Facebook Live,
Okay.
she brought us water, like she was
Right.
showing up to stuff.
Yeah.
And then we
Okay.
were like, oh, she's really about it.
Yeah.
And she applied for the job and she was an amazing candidate.
Okay, great.
But like, you can literally be as involved as you want. We have committees. You can show up to the farmers market and volunteer. Like, as much information as you want to know in this project is just a matter of you showing up and telling us you want to be involved.
And
we'll-
anybody can be an
Yeah.
owner.
Yeah.
Like anybody could be an owner. As long as you're a resident of Wilmington, North Carolina, you can buy a share of this. You can be
Right.
a part of this. You can have your hands in it. You can say, when all this is said and done, because it's happening. That's the
Right.
thing that
It's
people
going
need
down.
to know. Like,
Big
it's
claps, big claps,
happening,
big claps.
okay?
Okay.
It is happening. So, you can be a part of this movement. You could be a part of this change. You could be as hands-on as you want to. You can make it your own. We have committees that you can join. You can be an ambassador.
Okay.
You can vote for elective boards. Like, we have all these great things that goes on and that's offered to you as a member. And we just want everybody to get involved. Like, we don't just want the Northside Food Co-op or the Northside Food community, the Northside community, I'm sorry. The Northside community to have a part in this. We want Wilmington, period, to be a part of this change. This is 35 years of a community in this one city that has suffered tremendously from food and broken promises and, so it's just building a bridge. This is building a bridge for so much.
I'm excited. I'm excited like right now. Like I just want y'all to put a couple of benches in there so I can have coffee or something in the morning.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So we can hang out.
We love coffee.
That's me being selfish. But I want the entire community to know that this is a very important project.
Yeah.
If we want to buy a share, I want you to drop it on them right now. How do I buy a share?
You can buy a share through our website, northsidefoodcoop.com. You can become a member there, and there you can pay with your credit card or debit card.
Okay.
Also, I have paper applications if you see me, and you can pay the $10 fee to me, and I email. We have a whole system of how it gets done. It's not no gimmick. There's no hidden fees. There's nothing to it. It's $10 one time for this membership, and you receive this nice certificate in the mail in a week and a half, 2 weeks, and you're on your way to making a huge decision, making a difference in the community, making a difference in the city.
Great. I want to challenge. I'm gonna make a personal challenge because I've already done it. I'm gonna make a personal challenge to those folks that don't live on the north side anymore, but that's where you grew up.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make it a challenge to you to pay the $100 and become a member. Cause I bought one for me, one for my son, one for my wife. Like we all got them, right? So I'm challenging those folks that grew up on the north side to buy that $100 share as well, so you own a piece of the place where you grew up, and I really think it's important. I want to congratulate you because I didn't do that on air while we were on. Congratulations, 40 under 40,
Thank
right?
you.
Is that
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Congratulations to 40 under 40. You probably was the youngest person in the building.
Yes.
And I was there at that event, so you did a great job.
Such a great person to work for.
Congrats
Love
on
working
that.
with her.
And I think I might, did I meet you, was your father?
That
Met
was
your
my dad, yeah.
He was like, He had that look like, you know. So that's cool. How do we get in contact with either one of you? Yeah. Or she already gave the website. Can we follow on Facebook?
Yes.
Tell us.
Please follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. We post all the events that we do, volunteer stuff. Northside Food Coop, COOP for co-op. So yeah, on both of those platforms. Marsel gave the website. Both of our contact information is on the website as well. So if you wanted to email us, to email generally the Northside Food Co-op, it's northsidefoodcoop@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you guys. On our website, we also have our phone number on there, so you can call us, have a conversation if you have like legit questions that you just need to figure out. We'll sit and talk with you through anything.
Or maybe you want to be a vendor. You know,
at our farmers market.
At our farmers market.
Every Saturday.
Yes,
Every Saturday.
From 9 to 1. And it's a place for you. If you need tables, if you need tents, we will be out there to accommodate you.
Cool. I came out there. I had a good time. I'm coming back. But
You
I
got
was so
to.
busy. I played and I had to go. But it was like, when I say it was amazing, people were showing up. Shouts to my man Jeff. My man Jeff had the smoothie situation
Best
going on.
smoothies and juices in
Right.
Wilmington.
We the
Smoothie
best people to
juices.
start your Saturday
And-
morning off with.
Right. It was like, when I say it was going down major, the cake man was out there. I don't know if Sam had pulled up. I don't know if Sam had the grill or something was going on.
Not yet,
out
but
there.
he did a couple weeks ago.
Okay,
That's
cool.
who does our
All right.
fish, shrimp, and
Oh.
grits.
That's
Yeah.
I want to
Stuff
tell
good.
Sam personally, Sam, Big Sam, I want to let you know I'm still the fish king. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh,
we
no.
did a competition a while ago where we fried some fish, and he lost.
Well,
This
let's
been
do it
years
again
ago.
at the market.
Well,
And
you
so
need to
when
let
I
us be
see
the
him,
judge.
right, when I see him, he always said, "Did you taste my fish? You know it was better than yours." So we
That
always
sounds
have
like
a
a
good time.
challenge. That sounds like
We
a
always have a good
challenge.
time. So I like to do some fun questions before we leave.
Okay.
Since we're doing food co-op, it's gonna be this or that.
Oh.
Y'all ready?
Ready.
All right.
All right. Frosted Flakes or Fruit Loops?
Fruit Loops.
Frosted Flakes.
Okay. I'm good.
Okay.
IHOP or Waffle House?
IHOP.
Waffle House.
I used to work there.
Okay. Waffle House?
Waffle House.
Late night?
Late night.
See, I already knew what that was. All right. So, that's this or that, and here's the most important one. I know y'all like breakfast. Y'all are from the South.
Yeah.
I know y'all have eaten grits before, right? Mm-hmm. What is it that you put
Oh no.
in your grits? This is a very serious question.
I grew up putting sugar in my grits.
Oh.
But now I do salt and pepper.
Cut the camera. You grew up putting sugar in your grits?
My mom's from Oklahoma.
Midwest. Okay, I got you. She looked at you. I knew it was a Midwest thing. I was like, wait a minute, you're from, okay. What you put in your grits?
I need my butter, salt, and pepper.
No cheese?
Yep. Oh, some American cheese. Got to be the slice though. Can't be that cheddar.
Don't cheat on the cheese, man. The cheese. Look, I don't want to. Look, this is why I don't want to say
It give you
certain
that
names.
creaminess.
Y'all need Kraft cheese. When it's not Kraft cheese, man,
The
it just
slice.
tastes like cardboard. I just want to let y'all know. But look, anyway, thank y'all. Northside Co-op, that's how you could be a part of the new grocery store that is coming.
Mm-hmm.
That's not, we working on
No,
it.
it's
It might
coming.
be, the plans are going down. The construction's getting ready to happen. You can still be a part owner of the Northside Co-op. Thank you, Marsel. I appreciate you coming through. Thank you, Cierra, for coming through to be in
Thank
the
you for
booth.
having us.
And make sure you check them out. Northside Co-op Foundation,
Come
Northside
on.
Co-op grocery store. We're gonna be in there and we're gonna have grits. We're gonna have a grits contest.
No, a fish.
Yeah, we're gonna have a fish contest with me
Yeah,
and Sam.
'cause you gotta let
But
us be a
then
part
we're
of
gonna have
that.
a grits contest to see who put what
What
in
you
their
put on
grits.
your grits?
We're just gonna have a little bar.
Oh, who cooking it? I don't
We
want
have a
sugar.
grits bar.
I don't want sugar grits.
Okay, but some people, it's a lot of people from the
Okay.
Midwest. There's a lot of people from the Midwest. So that's what we're gonna do. We out in the booth, Bigg B.